All right, this next section will be on the digestive system. Be sure to fill in your notes as you're listening to the video presentation. The digestive system consists of two continuous one-way pathways and the accessory organs which function in conjunction with it. So meaning food comes in this one way and comes down and then goes through. Peristalsis is the slow rhythmic muscular contraction by which your food is moved through the digestive system. So food comes in and muscles contract to make sure that you digest your food. The mouth, this is where ingestion occurs, where food comes in through the mouth. There's two types of digestion. There's mechanical digestion, that's where the teeth physically break down the food and then they start to increase surface area. And then the chemical digestion, which is the enzymes or sometimes that's saliva, and they are used to break down the food. And then the salivary amylase that's secreted by the salivary glands. So here's salivary glands. It secretes the salivary amylase, which help to digest carbohydrates. The pharynx is back here. The pharynx is an open area at the back of the mouth and is commonly called the throat. This is where the passageway for food and air takes place. The esophagus, which is this long tube here, and it connects the mouth and the pharynx to the stomach. And peristalsis begins in the esophagus here. That's where the muscles start to contract. The stomach is a muscular organ where food is temporarily stored, and then food is liquefied to a semi-fluid mass of partially digested food called chyme. So it creates it into a partially digested food, and that's what they call chyme. There's stomach acids in here that help break down the foods. And then protein digestion begins in the stomach. The small intestine is a large tube. This is the small intestine. It's a large tube where the major portion of the digestion and absorption occurs. And the small intestine contains villi, which increase the surface area to improve absorption. The large intestine, which is on the outside here, large intestine is a shorter tube, and its a major portion of reabsorption of water occurs. There's actually no digestion that happens in the large intestine, but the undigested and digested materials, they pass from the small intestine into the large intestine, and they produce the production of and absorption of some of the vitamins occur in the large intestine. The rectum is the last 6 to 8 inches of the large intestine, and it stores the solid waste here. And then the anus is where feces is eliminated from the body here. All right, digestion accessory organs. The salivary glands, they secrete salivary amylase, which breaks down the carbohydrates. So these are the salivary glands. They help to break down carbohydrates. The liver produces bile, which aids in digestion of lipids, which is fats. So the liver, it takes in the food that your body does not need for nutrients. So what happens is food comes in and it comes like fats and sugars and things that your body doesn't need. It comes in into the liver and gets filtered and digested to go out through the body. So some people end up with liver diseases, and that is caused from eating too many foods that your body doesn't use or digest in the stomach, and it's constantly being filtered through the liver. The gallbladder, which is this green thing here, it stores bile, and then the gallbladder releases the bile into the small intestine. And it's here on the body. The pancreas, which sits below the liver and next to the gallbladder, it secretes a pancreatic juice, which contains enzymes that continue to digest carbohydrates, or amylase. It breaks down proteins, and it breaks down lipids, which are fats. And this secretes a hormone that neutralizes the acidic or pH levels and it makes the basic for the small intestine. To make it basic for the small intestine. So here's some simple steps to digestion. It begins in the mouth. The saliva and the salivary glands start the initial breaking down of the food with the help of the enzyme called amylase. It moves it down the throat, okay, which remember that is the pharynx, and it moves where the epiglottis blocks food from going back into the trachea. And then the muscles of the esophagus contract to move food down through into the stomach. Food is mixed with stomach acid in the stomach. Mixed food moves into the small intestine where digestion takes place, and the needed nutrients are also absorbed here. And then the food that cannot be absorbed enters into the colon and makes waste. Okay, that is the steps to the digestive system, and that concludes this section on digestive system. Be sure to do the vocab on Quizlet, and then the digestive activity will be you in a group will create a digestive system with random materials, and you'll need 6 items to create your steps to the digestive system. So make sure to collect different random items to create your digestive system.